Hi, I'm Patrick Reagan. During this video, we will discuss what is involved with good cable management and the common guidelines needed for cable management. In addition, it will quickly discuss the importance of labeling used with cable management. While the Network Plus exam does not specifically ask questions about cable management, it is an essential skill for any network administrator to have. Neatness in cable management isn't just about looking good, though it does make your setup look professional. It's critical for performance, maintenance, safety, and scalability. Neat cables are much easier to troubleshoot. Messy cables equals nightmare when you're trying to track down a fault, while neat labeled cables let you trace connections quickly, swap out bad cables, or isolate problems with minimum downtime. Clean cable management improves airflow and cooling. Cluttered cables block airflow in racks and server rooms, while neat cables allow proper cooling, preventing overheating of switches, servers, and other equipment. Clean cable management also reduces signal interference. Tangled, overbundled cables can cause crosstalk or electromagnetic interference, especially when data and power cables are mixed, while cable separation and bundling reduces this, improving network stability. Clean cable management minimizes physical damage. Tangled cables get yanked, kinked, or crushed, which causes packet loss, speed degradation, or full disconnect. Neat cables are securely routed and protected, extending their lifespan. Clean cable management allows for easier upgrades and scalability. If everything's organized, adding new devices or reconfiguring the network is fast and efficient. It avoids spaghetti mess when scaling up, especially in patch panels or data centers. Neat cabling shows professionalism and attention to detail, which is important for audits, client visits, or when third parties take over. Clean installs are easier to document and hand off. Some standards expect organized cabling for fire safety, load management, and access clearance. It avoids trip hazards, especially in open office spaces or labs. For clean cable management in a rack, you should measure cable lengths before cutting to avoid slack or strain, using shorter cables when possible, but leaving service loops or small slack in ceilings or racks for flexibility. Use cable trays and management arms and bundle cables with Velcro strips or zip ties. Avoid sharp bends. Sharp bends can damage cables and reduce airflow. Don't bend cables tighter than 4 times the diameter of twisted pair, 6 times the diameter of coaxial cable, and 10 times the diameter of fiber optic cable. Double these diameters when you're actually pulling or installing the cable. Tight bends distort cable pairs, causing crosstalk, attenuation, and data errors. It leads to power over Ethernet power loss, failed Ethernet connections, or cable breakage. Certification testers will flag tight bends as failures due to performance drops. Ensure proper airflow by keeping cables off airflow paths. Do not overbundle cables. Overbundle cables equals heat buildup, EMI, and harder troubleshooting. Leave space for airflow and future expansion. Separate data and power cables, which will prevent electromagnetic interference or EMI by keeping it at least 12 inches apart, or use shielded cables. Clearly label both ends of each cable to facilitate easy identification and troubleshooting. Consider including patch panel port, wall jack, and device end. Use standardized naming. Stay consistent. Use a consistent color coding system to identify different types of cables or connections. Pick your own scheme, but stay consistent. Document your setup. Keep a record of your cable connections and rack layout for future reference. Schedule routine audits to keep things neat over time. Data center racks will often have cable management bars. As the name suggests, cable management bars make it easier to manage cable and wires. This further helps to keep them safe from damage and make maintenance and repair easier. Try to use shorter cables where applicable. Cable trays, raceways, and guides are all used in structured cabling to manage and protect network cables, especially in larger setups like data centers, office buildings, or industrial environments. Use cable management systems that includes trays, raceways, and guides with proper curves. Cable trays are open or semi-enclosed support systems designed to carry large bundles of network cables or power cables over longer distances. They are often mounted in ceilings or under floors. Cable trays can help organize cables while allowing for easy access, ventilation, and future changes or additions. Common types include ladder trays, perforated trays, and solid bottom trays. Cable raceways are enclosed conduits, often plastic or metal, that protect and route cables along walls, ceilings, or floors. Common types include surface mount raceways, underfloor raceways, and in-wall conduits. They provide a cleaner, more discreet look than trays, especially in finished office spaces. They also offer better protection against physical damage. It's best for small to medium-sized cable runs in offices, classrooms, or areas where aesthetics and protection matter. Cable guides are devices or attachments used to direct and manage the path of cables within trays or raceways. Think of them like traffic signs for cables. Examples include cable managers, rings, spools, and routing clips. They'll help prevent tangling, reduce strain on cables, and maintain bend radius. It is best for keeping everything neat, avoiding signal interference, and prolonging cable life. Covers used in cable management help to keep cables neatly organized, which simplifies the process of tracing and managing cables. This can be crucial in environments with a large number of cables, such as data center and server rooms. Covers protect cables from physical damage, including protection from accidental pulls, cuts, abrasions, and environmental factors that could degrade the cables over time. Proper cable management includes the use of covers, which ensures that cables do not obstruct airflow. Good airflow is essential for cooling the equipment in the equipment or server rack and maintaining optimal operating temperatures. Covers reduce the risk of tripping hazard and other safety issues by keeping the cables contained and out of the way. Zip ties are fast, sturdy, super easy to use, and can be purchased in large quantities for a low cost. Many cabling products are designed with zip ties in mind and include small holes, lances, and tie-down points for securing cables in place, which lead for zip ties to be the most common solution for cable management. Over-tightening can cause damage to the cables over time, and they can't be reused. Once zip ties are used, they have to be cut and disposed. Wire cutters come in handy to cut zip ties. Velcro can be a good alternative to zip ties for cable management because it's reusable, adjustable, and less likely to damage cables. However, Velcro is generally more expensive than zip ties. Velcro can be easily undone and rewrapped, making it ideal for temporary jobs or situations where you might need to add or remove cables. It's also flexible and can adapt to curved pathways. Velcro is less likely to damage cables than zip ties, especially when making changes. Question: true or false? In the data center, you should use shorter cables when possible. Answer: true. Question: true or false? Unlike fiber cables, you don't have to worry about sharp bends in twisted pair cabling. Answer: false. Question: What is needed to facilitate easy identification and troubleshooting of network cables? Answer: labels. Question: which of the following is important for a network? Choose two answers. Answer: schedule routine audits to keep things neat over time, and document your cable setup, including cable connections and rack layout. Question: of the following, which is not a reason for following good cable management practices in the data center? Answer: cable management is a large time sink. For more information, visit these sites. In summary, cable management is critical for performance, maintenance, safety, and scalability. For clean cable management in a rack, use shorter cables when possible. To manage cables, use cable trays and management arms, and bundle cables with Velcro strips or zip ties. Avoid sharp bends. Sharp bends can damage cables and reduce airflow. Separate data and power cables, which will prevent electromagnetic interference or EMI by keeping at least 12 inches apart, or use shielded cable. Clearly label both ends of each cable to facilitate easy identification and troubleshooting. Keep a record of your cable connections and rack layout for future reference. Thank you for watching this video. The next video will be Wired Networking Part 6, Troubleshooting Common Cabling and Physical Interface Issues. If you have not already, subscribe to the Pat Has Your Back channel. Thank you.